back to Diaries and Smiles. Hey guys, so it is officially Booktube-A-Thon day 1. I know a lot of people started at midnight last night. Personally, I am taking the in my opinion, the smarter approach to Booktube-A-Thon, which is still getting an adequate amount of sleep every night so that I could read to my fullest potential. Okay, so the first book I'm gonna read, how are we gonna decide? A coin toss. So the first challenge is to decide your first book with a coin toss. Now, I'm just pulled 2 books out of my TBR. Also, for anyone who is wondering, I did end up adding a book to my TBR list. I added this beautiful book here, A History of Wolves. This book is one that I saw Ruby over at Ruby Granger. She has this, like, the cutest study channel ever. But I saw her, she did like a 24-hour readathon in which she read this book, and this is something that I actually picked up on accident, if you guys remember, in a book haul a while back ago. But I'm so happy I did because it's kind of like this gothic coming of age story, which is right up my alley. I love darker books. So I will be adding this to my TBR list. And today, honestly, I just finished reading like a really kind of upbeat, happy contemporary book. So I really want to read something darker, like, you know, dark. The 2 books I will be deciding on, ideally, I will finish both of these today, but you know, because we have to, you know, win this challenge as well, I'll be doing a coin toss to decide between A History of Wolves and The Wrath by S.A. Bowden. We'll do heads for A History of Wolves and tails for The Wrath. Also, I could not for the life of me find a quarter in my house, so we're gonna be going with a nickel and just hoping it just works out. Okay. Okay. Heads! Yes! I am so happy because I just want to dive right into this book. So, A History of Wolves, this one is exactly, well, maybe not exactly, but it is just under 300 pages, 275, I think. So this is perfect. This is the perfect book-a-thon book. Like I said, it is currently 8:15 now, but yeah, I'm gonna get started on this book, so let's get into it. Hey guys, okay, so I am currently 50 pages into A History of Wolves. It's only been about 45 minutes, almost an hour, I think, since I last updated. My phone's dead, it's plugged in. Anyways, it is so good. Holy smokes, like straight off the bat, it is definitely dark. It is definitely like a sort of coming of age story, but very dark. We're following this main character, and we start off with her being 13 or 14 years old in school, and it's just, I don't want to spoil it for you because it's just dark. It's definitely dark. It's not like a sort of happy childhood kind of book. We do find out why it's called A History of Wolves right off the bat, which is really cool. I love when you read a book and then you find out why it's named a certain thing, and the title pops up as some sentence in the book. So that was really cool. After the first chapter, I was like, whoa, okay, but I need to continue reading because I want to know what happens. Definitely jumping between timelines as well, but our main character is a girl and it's really good. So anyways, I'm gonna continue reading and update you guys when I get halfway done with the book. Yeah. Okay guys, so I am 129 pages into this book. I have about this much left to read. Oh my god, okay, so this book is definitely like, okay, just to give you guys an example, you guys remember the book You I read? Told from our main character's point of view, and her name is Linda, and she also, actually she goes by a few names, but the name that she's most called is Linda. And anyway, so like I said, it jumps between timelines, right? So it'll go between when she was like 14 to when she was like 6 years old, but now we're kind of staying in the timeline of like when she met this little boy named Paul, who we know from the beginning is now dead. So I guess this is the story about like what exactly happened, and it's really weird because we're in this character's head and like the way she thinks and like sort of this train of thought sort of style of writing. It's just really weird. Like you can tell something's kind of off about our main character, and I'm getting really scared because she'll just like, she'll seem really normal and she'll kind of perceive the world in a normal way, but then she'll look at something or something will happen and she kind of gets like darker thoughts, or at least that's like my opinion. She's like, there's a few lines of like, oh, I thought this, and I'm just like, oh girl, that is not normal thoughts, that is psychopath thoughts. It's sort of like, I don't know if she's gonna be sort of the antagonist in this story if she's does something. It's kind of hard to tell, and I think that's like the main catch of this book, is you don't know if the main character's entirely good or not. It's kind of this weird, like, I don't know. But anyways, I'm almost done with it. I can't believe I'm already halfway done. I think I'm gonna get some tea or some coffee or something because I don't know about you guys, but just like staring at a page for 4 hours, like after, you know, it kind of makes you a little sleepy. Okay, so let's go get some tea. I'm kind of bummed. I don't have any black tea, which is like the kind of tea that has the caffeine and all the good stuff in it. Anyways, I think I'm just gonna go with some red rooibos tea. This is my favorite tea of all times, you guys. This is the best tea ever. Does anybody else use their Christmas mug still? Put a little bit of tea. Okay, we're ready to get back to reading. Guys, just to give you an idea about how weird this character is, there's literally a line in the book where she goes, oh, I was looking at a bunch of like small ducks or something and I thought about throwing rocks at them. Like, okay. Anyways, I am almost done with this book. I literally have like 50 pages left and it's just, I don't want it to be over, you guys. Okay, anyways, I just had to like stop momentarily to tell you guys that. But yeah, okay, back to reading. Okay, so I just finished reading A History of Wolves, you guys. I kid you not, this is one of my new favorite contemporary books of all times. Like, I don't even know if I would consider it a contemporary book. Like, honestly, I think I would consider this a psychological thriller. I guess, I've never read, like, it's described, like I said, as like a gothic coming of age story, and it definitely has like coming of age aspects, but more than that, it is so incredibly suspenseful, and just like the entire book, there's just like this weird vibe you get from every single one of the characters, and I think that's where like the sort of like gothic fiction element comes into it. But there's like this tension going on and you know something's gonna happen, and it just gets weirder and weirder, and like things aren't adding up, and there's all these like little weird things people are saying and doing. And even our main character, who, like I said, I thought was like a really strange character, like towards the end of the book we get this other family that's introduced, and it's just like all of a sudden the person you think's the bad guy becomes like the good guy, and the good guy becomes the bad guy, and you're just like, it's definitely like that book where everyone in the book is like a gray character, right? Is like in between, and like you're in the head of our main character and she's having all these really weird thoughts, and it's just so suspenseful. And like the ending, oh my god, like I thought I knew it was gonna happen, but when it happened, it was just so sad and like shocking and like disturbing and just amazing. And like I can't even like I also found out that this author, I went and researched her when I finished it because I like want to read everything by Emily Fridlin now, because like I told you guys, I love I guess more like horror, kind of thrillery, psychological thriller, suspense books, and I had not suspected, like whenever a book's described as like a coming of age story, you never suspect it to be like, I don't know, at least me personally, I've never read like a fictional dark coming of age story. It's always like, you know, puberty and like, oh, sweet, funny stuff. But this is just like straight up like horror, like, oh my god. But it was absolutely amazing, and I'm like in shock right now with what I just read, and like the ending and the last 75 pages, I literally was just like, I could not stop reading. And I'm just so thankful to Ruby. Shout out to Ruby, Ruby Granger. I mentioned her earlier. She has a study channel, but she does post book videos. I am so grateful I stumbled across her video reviewing this book, because it was just like, it was fantastic. Like this book it's on my top list of favorite like psychological thrillers slash dark contemporary books. It's just, oh my god, like every aspect of it. Like anyways, my plan was to read The Raft. It is currently 9 p.m. but like after reading this book, I'm really not in the mood to read anything else dark right now, because I'm still kind of like absorbing what happened in this book. So I think I'm gonna hold off on The Raft and instead start listening listening to the audiobook for Slammed by Colleen Hoover, because I just need to like listen to something, you know, happier. History of Wolves, oh my gosh, this is like, Booktube-A-Thon is starting off so well. This is a 10 out of 10 book, you guys. Sorry, I'm kind of like looking like a hot mess. We've been reading all day. It's like stressful. No, I'm joking, I'm joking. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope our Booktube-A-Thon is going great, and until next time, keep reading, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.